Hello everyone and welcome back to JP's Total Gaming, where I'm bringing you the first in my new series of videos, Must Play Indie Games? The reason I'm calling it that is because I'm going to try to highlight some indie games out there that I think are worth checking out, but I do understand not every game is for everyone. Even the most accessible game that has the broadest base of audience isn't going to be for everyone out there. So I'm going to try to point out games that you might not have heard about otherwise that I think are worth checking out, but also point out who would be interested in these games and who wouldn't. And first we're taking a look at Icey. You may have heard about Icey if you watched my Games of the Year. I brought it up as potentially one of the indie games of the year this year. And well, right there, we kind of see what's going on here. This is a brawler. Strong attack, weak attack, different combos, different special abilities. You can dash around the map and do all kinds of cool stuff, and it is a competent brawler. And there's also another game underneath. But here's the deal. It's not really another game. I would compare it most to The Beginner's Guide, a kind of story of the developer. Now, this is no real spoilers here. This is, if you look at the Steam page, it's pretty obvious what this game is trying to be. If you're interested in spoilers, we'll show a little bit of that later on in the video, and I'll tell you when to stop watching. So who is this game for? Well, first of all, you have to be interested in this brawler sort of combat. If this combat, you're seeing it and it looks good to you and you're like, oh wow, that looks cool, it sounds cool, and it does. It visually is very appealing, the sound is very good. And if this style of combat is something that appeals to you, then you may be interested in this game. However, you also have to be interested in lengthy sections where you're not really doing anything. See, right now, I just went off the path. And that's one of the things you can do in the game. And you can just listen to the narrator and play the game straight through, or what you're probably going to do, go off the path and get more narrations and more story and more interesting things going on. Here we see the upgrade system. It is not super robust, but you can definitely upgrade different combos in that. There are different boss battles, and this is the first one that you'll come across against Thor here. And, well, it's a very competent brawler. It's a well-done brawler. And if that interests you, great. But you have to be able to sit through lengthy sections of the game where you're not really doing anything, where you're listening to story. And I don't really want to call it a walking simulator. This isn't like Frog Fractions where there are different games within a game. It's not really like that. There's maybe one little, very, very short, small element of that. But for the most part, this is the game. It is a brawler, but there's a story. And the story gets a little bit weirder than you expect of the game, but then there's also the story, basically, of the development of the game, if you will, and that's kind of what the other aspect gets into. And again, there are lengthy cutscenes. For me, I love this game. I heart this game. I think the brawling aspects are pretty solid, but honestly, games like that, I feel like get a little boring for me after a while. But the story elements add a whole different dynamic, and I love the story elements in this game. As far as the story behind the game, basically, is what I'm getting at when I say story. And so for me, this is perfect. It breaks up the gameplay, but for some people who are just interested in that fighting and don't want to sit around and not be doing something for somewhat lengthy moments in time during the game, then you need to stay away. You have to be interested in both what the narrator has to say and kind of the story of the development of the game, of all different kinds of little aspects, and something that's done maybe a little bit tongue-in-cheek or maybe a little bit serious about game development in general. You can take it however you want to, but it's one of those situations where you have to be interested in both. There's enough of that kind of backstory going on, enough lengthy sections that you have to be able to sit through those and enjoy those, I think, to really enjoy this game. Now here's the deal. You can just play straight through and ignore all that, but if you do that, the game is pretty short, and in general, even doing the other stuff, the game may be a little bit short, and that is something else I will say. If you want a lot of longevity and you're not interested in replaying it, you may not think you're getting enough bang for your buck, but I enjoyed the game enough during my time with it that I was totally okay with its length. So we're going to stop here in just a second, not really stop, but let you know that if you are not interested in any spoilers, we're going to go ahead and stop now. But if you want to hang out for a little bit, we'll get into a little bit of what the narrative behind the game is. Not super big spoilers, just to give you a little idea. But in general, if you're interested in something that is both a brawler and kind of an experience with the story, check it out. If not, then stay away because you have to be interested in both aspects. Now, let's get a little bit weird in about 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, so there are elements of the game, and we'll show one here in just a moment where you're just out of the game, but there are also elements within the game where you're just experiencing weird things, and even the story of the game itself gets a little bit weird into some Lovecraftian stuff, which is a theme that I do enjoy, again, in both video games and board games. So yeah, this game gets weird and it gets out there. In the story of the game itself, yes, but more so in the story of the development of the game. And what we're going to show here, and then I'll let it play out after I'm done talking, is basically early on in the game. This is one of the first of the story sections that you can come across. Just to give you an example of what it's like. It won't ruin the game for you, and I warned you about spoilers, so if you're still watching, you're still watching. So I'll go ahead and let this play out here in a second, but basically, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. Lengthy sections where there is really well done narration about what's going on in the game, and the developer getting frustrated with you in particular. And here's the deal, if you think this section sounds interesting and breaking up a brawler with these sections sounds like a pretty neat idea, then go get this game. But if one of those two aspects don't interest you, then I do have to say, stay away. So there you go, there's my first video in my must play indie games question mark. I'll go ahead and let this play out for you guys to enjoy if you're still watching. And if you are still watching, thanks a lot for watching, and we will talk to you again soon.
做游戏真的很难，真的很容易出问题。你等一下，我知道你肯定不相信，我给你看下证据。欢迎来到历史之间，我之前所有的原型都在这儿。要做一款优秀的游戏，首先最重要的就是要保证游戏的原型好玩，所以我的前10年都在做原型的迭代，你知道吗？整整10年。那么首先，让你看看我的第一个迭代原型吧。这是一个很早期的版本，你能够使用变成枪的长柄武器进行近距离和远距离的攻击。但是后来我发现一个问题，谁会喜欢这样一把奇葩的武器呢？玩家一定不会喜欢它，一定。所以，我把它砍了，而这个原型也被我彻底抛弃。然后让我们来看看第二段，这是第2个版本，它的特征是能够像恶魔那样吸收敌人的能力化为己用。但是后来我发现另一个问题，那就是这样做的成本实在太高了。你看，你也不希望我游戏做到一半就破产，是不是？毕竟做游戏还是要赚钱的嘛。所以，我也砍了这个版本。就这样，不知不觉10年过去了。所以你看，我这么努力，有点错误或者有问题的地方，也很正常的嘛。你要理解我，要体谅我。你看，我为了把它做得好玩，我都瘦了这么多了。你看我这么努力的份上，看在我花了10年的青春的份上，是不是可以考虑啊，在评分上，给我打个5星好评什么的。就像这样。毕竟，谁会关注这些深层次的东西呢？游戏不就是，哦哟，画面不错哦，买；哦哟，制作人很有名哦，买；哦哟，评价很多哦，买。就像个支付机器一样。然而，你买来真的会玩吗？游戏嘛，娱乐就好喽，何必那么认真去想其中的价值？稍微偷工减料一点也没什么吧。土豆服务器怎么样？还不是照样买。bug 多怎么样？还不是照样买。所以哥们儿，要不要喜加1？